Hello, Dale here again. I'm going to talk to you today about some of the stitching and the threads that I used. A lot of people have been asking questions, and thank you for watching my videos. It's been quite exciting getting your responses. This one is the Kimberley Dreaming, another one that I've done. You can see I've woven it, and for my background stitches here I've used a medium weight silk. Obviously it's in Kimberley Dreaming colours, which we dye ourselves. And it's just the variance of the different colours on the background is what makes using variegated thread so exciting for me. A lot of people have asked about GIMP, and this is the GIMP that we have. We sell our GIMP and we sell Painter's GIMP. If you go to our website and go to the hand threads part of the catalogue, you'll see all of the threads that we sell, and I use nearly all of them. And all I do here is to put it down and stitch them into a circle, and the thread that I like to use to anchor it down for a contrast is this little metallic number 4, which just slips through the needle, slips through the fabric so well. And around the outside here I've used a soft cotton, not traditionally a thread that I use a lot, but it just gives a nice little emphasis, as you can see, around the GIMP. Then I've done a few other things, like I've used velvet in my centres. It just pops a little bit, and I've used different sorts of threads, maybe some of the braided silk, or a pearl thread, or a silk straw, and just different weights of threads, different sorts of threads. I just gather up the colours that I have when I start, and just having a look here, you can see some. I don't have a big plethora of stitches, I just make it up as I go. So I use buttonhole right around the outside, and so on. So that's that one there. And last video I showed you a little piece. I stuff using silk sari ribbon. Well, what I've done for the background of this is a part of a series. It's you can see I'm working on it. And the bottom part this is a newsprint sari, and I have simply woven it. And the top part I've used different sorts of chiffon sari and woven them up. And once you start to stitch them, you are embedding them into the surface, so it becomes part of it. And I've used for my background stitch a thread that we have, a fine silk, and it's Stonehaven, because it just matched the greys a little bit for me. And I've used a piece of velvet on the top, which I've stitched buttonhole around the edge with a piece of flower thread, or any fine thread that you've got. So this one is one of the Painter's flower threads. And then I've stitched the little leaves down with a bit of fine cotton that I've got, just down the middle to anchor them. And for the tops I'm going to make the flowers with GIMP, and use this thread to stitch them down. So the whole background, everything will have all the threads. If you follow my Dale Art Rollison Textile Artist Facebook page, you'll see that I've been doing a series of jugs or vases with flowers. So that's what I've been doing there. Now, a lot of people ask me about needles, and my most favourite needle is the Milliner's No. 1, the Sue Spargo one. I like it. It's a big needle, I know, but it just slips through the fabric so well, and it takes the fine threads and the thick threads. But I also do use other needles. I like the foxglove ones, different sizes. I mean, I'm not an authority on needles and using the right things. I just find what I want to use. I use the chenilles quite a lot. That's the Sue Spargo. It's sort of quite fat. And I use this great big one. It's a long darner for things that need to go. I have a lot of stuff on to play with. So that's that one there. And here, last week I was also showing you this little piece where I put those bits of chiffon down, and I started stitching them in rows. Can you see how it improves the background once you put a bit of stitch on? And I'm using a pearl cotton for that one.